Yeah, I'll react to that, sure. Hi guys. This was recommended in the Discord. Would love to have you join the Discord. The original link to this video, preemptive like, will be at the top of the description, like always. Should be visible without even clicking the show more. Um Ooh, comments turned off. I wonder why. Um King George VI's coffin is led in an enormous funeral procession to St. George's Chapel, accompanied by the Queen Mother, Queen Elizabeth II, rest in peace, Princess Royal, and Princess Margaret. Princess Royal and Princess Margaret. Who's Princess Royal? Oh no, it's Queen Elizabeth II, Princess Royal, and Princess Margaret, along with many others as Britain mourns. Okay. Yeah, original link, top description, Discord below that. Love to have you. My name's Connor. I am from Rhode Island, New England, USA, in that order. And I like to watch things. Phones away, toss them. I already did. Be respectful. And, just after all of the ceremonies, watching kind of in present time or near present time with highlights on YouTube. Just curious, and it was recommended, and I'm also curious to see how similar the processions are. So let's go. Hope you're all doing well.
From the Great Hall in the Palace of Westminster, they bear George VI as the hour sounds for his last journey. In 3 days, 300,000 of his people have made their pilgrimage. Now Britain buries her king, and the nations come to pay their homage. On his coffin are the emblems of majesty, the crown, the cross-mounted orb, symbol of Christianity over the world, and the scepter, ensign of kingly power and justice. And with them, his wife's wreath of lilies of the valley and orchids.
Thanks for explaining the orb.
Tragic in somber black, the ladies of his house follow. The Queen Mother, and Princess Margaret, together in their grief. Out of Palace Yard, for the last time, passes George VI, whom history will name the Good.
Just because I know I'm going to forget, I know it's, I want to enjoy it just watching, but, oh my God, what was I going to... So the Good. So they're given this like the something after they die. Is every monarch after they die given a post-mortem title or nickname, the something? And what is Queen Elizabeth II's going to be? And I had one oh, and notice how they're pulling it all the same. I had another question, I forget.
Behind the Queen's coach walk the 4 royal dukes, Edinburgh, Gloucester, Windsor, and Kent. Along Whitehall, representatives of foreign states also remember those other dead who died for Britain.
Oh, because this is right after World War II. Or, 8 years.
Here, each year on Horse Guards Parade, the Guards honored their sovereign on his birthday. Now they march with arms reversed in mourning. In the great pageantry of death, march soldier, sailor, airman, and civilian, the great and the unknown, and the waiting people mourn. Behind the dukes walk the kings of Denmark, Greece, and Sweden.
Wait, is that his brother who, is that King Edward King George the Fifth? Or King Edward is that Elizabeth, the late Elizabeth the Second's uncle, who was king for a short period of time before stepping down, with the American mistress and everything? Is that him right there?
Behind the dukes walk the kings of Denmark, Greece, and Sweden, and the President of France. Elsewhere are the kings of Norway and Iraq and the Queen of Holland. So do the living great honor one who is great among them, and the world listens as history is broadcast. Through Hyde Park and towards Marble Arch. And along the 3.5-mile route, 10,000 men who had taken the oath to guard their king rest on their arms reversed. Among them, the glorious Gloucesters.
The Gloucesters?
Past Tyburn and along the Edgware Road, and so at length as far as Paddington and the waiting train. The gentlemen-at-arms, bodyguard to the sovereign, mount guard. As the Queens and Princess watch, the royal coffin is brought to the train.
Almost looks like a burqa. I think that's from the back.
As the Queens and Princess watch, the royal coffin is brought to the train. And the King leaves London, no more to return.
I have so many questions. I feel like I'm going to forget. I'm just trying not to pause to be disrespectful.
To royal Windsor, home of kings for 900 years, he comes home.
Now it's 1,000 years. It's crazy. Well, it's not quite 100 years after this. It's 70, but still.
Through the old town and on towards the castle, the procession heads. Journey's end is near as they pass the statue of Queen Victoria.
Please, guys, there are way too many questions that I just want to halfway through just get out of the way. I'm at 5:18. Go forward ahead if you want to. First of all, I'm amazed at how completely similar it is to the funeral procession ceremonies of Queen Elizabeth II. The way that the soldiers carry the guns, they did it backwards with the, like this, and them pulling the coffin in the same way. The coffin on top of it looks exactly the same. I'm guessing that is the exact same crown, sphere, Christian English gold sphere, and scepter. I'm guessing those are exactly the same as the ones that were on Queen Elizabeth II's casket. I'm guessing. A few other things. If I can remember, which I don't think I can, so let's get back to it.
King leaves Princess watch. To royal Windsor, home of kings for 900 years, he comes home. Through the old town and on towards the castle, the procession heads. Journey's end is near as they pass the statue of Queen Victoria, his great-grandmother.
His great-grandmother?
The flag hangs low over the castle, where the king with his family found happiness and rest from the many cares of state which he made his own. Now the pipes take up the lament. The king passes, decked as at his crowning with the panoply of state. The man we knew lies buried in our hearts. And with him ends the rule of the House of Windsor. Behind him he leaves two brothers. One of them we knew for a while as the uncrowned Edward VIII.
Edward VIII.
And so to the resting place of kings, the beautiful chapel of St. George, built of Cotswold stone and Surrey oak 400 years ago. The Archbishops of Canterbury and York wait to receive the king, and the navy pipes the admiral over the side.
Is there still an Archbishop of Canterbury, or is that no longer a... That is such an amazing image. Looking at these four men, young men, so carrying the casket, just like in color, it looked the exact same with Queen Elizabeth II. Kind of chilling, in a good way. If anyone know what he passed from, I'd like to know.
The Queen gives place to the Queen Mother, and with her sister follows behind her father's coffin. At this moment, life is stilled, and there is silence in all the lands he held united in our Commonwealth. George VI passes into the keeping of the Church. From Sandringham to Windsor, the sad journey has run its course. Within the chapel, the last rites draw to their end, while without, regal in their splendor, lie mute tributes to the man so simple in his tastes. The king is laid to rest, and the majesty of death ends with a family beginning its life anew. A young queen takes over the burden of monarchy. To the Queen Mother, in this hour of sorrow goes the deep sympathy of all who honor the man now at rest in the chapel of St. George at Windsor.
That was very fascinating to watch. And the Queen Mother, Elizabeth's mother, lived quite long. Did she not live into the 2000s? I feel like that might be much. It's 1952. Elizabeth is around 25, which means 25 years prior, she was probably around that. Maybe. I'm not sure. But man, so much of this was chilling in a good way. Just hold on. Like this, I remember very clearly how the men carried the coffin, the pallbearers, having the back one having his arm around the back left over the back right, and the back right's arm over the back left's back. Looks so similar. The dress that they're wearing here, very similar. Again, the faces, the exact same. That was incredible. Sorry for pausing a lot, but I had a lot of questions. I hope you're all doing well. If not, chin up. You know the deal, the drill. You'll be good soon, okay? Emotions are fickle, my friend. Love you guys. See you next time.